Hello everyone, I'm the MLP Connoisseur, and today I am here with my great friend Summer, and we are here to discuss the 6th episode of the 6th season of My Little Pony Friendship Magic, also known as No Second Prances. So, hello Summer.
Hello Connie! I am so excited to this. This is great.
I know. As I said in my reaction highlights, because I did say this, Summer, you do seem to enjoy the episode, and I did come to the episode with high hopes, and I will say it was a very good episode. It definitely had a lot of character development for Starlight, and I guess you could say Trixie in terms of backstory. But just overall, and I'll go into detail. I don't know how you felt, but I want to know how you felt. I liked Starlight and Trixie. At least, I liked the comparison between the two having a rather not so good past, and being relatable, as in people looking at them in different ways. Also, thank you, Skype, for just giving me a notification. Anyway, as I was saying, basically, I like Starlight and Trixie, and I did not like Twilight in this episode. I mean, obviously, at the end, Twilight, like all episodes, Twilight finally realizes everything, but it's the fact that Twilight just did it in general was so controlling. Anyway, you tell me what you thought.
Well, the episode, my initial fear was, Trixie was gonna be, a bad guy from the very start.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised that she was actually still kind of the same old Trixie, but she really was changed for the better. They did address the events of Magic Duel.
Yeah.
Still kind of. This is the sort of thing I think everybody would want in a redemptive character. Not immediately forgiven by everyone right off the bat, but take time to take steps that there's still a bit of trust issues. I thought that was pretty good. And I liked the Starlight and Trixie, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's great that Starlight found a friend that she could actually relate to. And that's kind of why I really like that. I admit that Twilight in this episode was just she forgave Trixie, and then all of a sudden it's back to square one.
I'll say that in Magic Duel, in the clip I showed in our discussion, she did roll her eyes before saying, she forgave her, so, there was a little bit of doubt. But, I still felt that they were on good terms. I mean, Trixie was, really genuinely thankful. And even so, even at the beginning, she said, this magic show she was doing, she was calling it something along the lines of being, apologetic or whatever. Whether she meant that or not, she still had that in mind, and, I still think that, I think that after Magic Duel, Trixie genuinely felt forgiven. And, I mean, obviously, she said now here that Twilight obviously hasn't forgiven her. But, it's just Trixie did feel that. Trixie absolutely felt forgiven initially. And I will say that, basically, when Starlight and Trixie first met, and, they're being all relatable and everything, and Twilight is, not giving Starlight space. I like that they brought up how Starlight brought up how, so the Celestia gave Twilight space, Twilight should give Starlight space. And obviously Twilight and Celestia are different characters. But it's just the fact that Twilight was just so controlling, overly obsessive, watching her every move. She was getting rather into her, I'll say crazy phase, like she does. She really was.
It's like a protective parent. I thought that was kind of...
Yeah, and it was annoying, because, the audience is probably saying, Twilight, just leave her alone, and you will see, and everything will go right. What could have happened is, Twilight could have left Starlight be, Starlight would have helped Trixie with this trick. Celestia might, Twilight could have maybe invited Celestia to the magic show to see this all happening. Celestia would be proud of Twilight for, one, not being controlling and watching over her every move and giving her the freedom that she gave Twilight, and two, seeing how well Starlight's progressing by making a new friend, being Trixie. And it's even more of a win, because then Twilight would see how genuinely nice Trixie is, and Twilight and Trixie would have bonded more as friends. So, if Twilight wasn't controlling, it would have been it would have been much better.
Yeah, but development or not, this is still Twilight. She's the same overly paranoid...
I know that.
...that we grew to love right at the start of the first episode of the first season.
I don't get why Fluttershy was scared of the Manticore. That was the first thing we saw her, befriend or tame.
Yeah, why?
I mean, I don't think it's the same one, but it's like, okay. Also, animal abuse sort of is being chained up. I don't know. I mean, it was a very good episode. And, you know, the moral was out there. I like the facial expressions. You know how, like I said, like, you know, animation sometimes turns like 3D animations, like Timberwolves. You know, like when Rainbow Dash made the face when Starlight was saying, like, you know, she didn't know who Wonderbolt was. You remember the face? You remember?
So hard.
I was holding it in. I mean, I don't know why I was so level-headed this episode, but you know the facial expressions that Pinkie Pie made in Gift of Maud Pie. Those do you remember? Like now that you like remember that, you know, like those were that. They must have been the same animators. Like this is like a new type of facial expression that they've been doing in this season, which I like a lot. Like those like bulgy eyes.
Might have.
Well, remember when Pinkie Pie was like her face was pressed up on the glass, like, you know what, like that was the same face. I like it.
Celestia though.
That's another thing, right? Celestia is so level-headed. She usually she's like, you know, the one who gives the advice, and she talks like very calmly, and usually she was just not having it in the episode. Like that's how I would express how she was thinking. She was just not having it. Like, you know, I obviously you could sort of see disappointment, and that's not good. Like. She just wasn't having it.
Or Celestia left there for the whole entire episode.
I like that comedic ending and everything, but it's just like, you know, Celestia, it's like, you know...
They could have done more with her.
And what's odd is that Twilight and Celestia should have catch-up. They shouldn't be like, Twilight shouldn't be trying to make conversation. Celestia should be talking to Twilight about just, like, friendship in general, and maybe giving her guidance and tips on how to be a leader. Like, they could have done that, like, and that was very lacking.
That was kind of a wasted opportunity.
It really was a wasted opportunity.
Something else that I thought was kind of interesting, that I thought the episode was also going to go for, and it kind of did. Starlight is clearly shown to have much magical prowess. I mean,
yeah.
Cake.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know to say if she has more magical power than Twilight. I would say at least the same. Obviously, in the cutie map, you know, she was able to best Twilight and everything, and Twilight can only reach her with words. But I think that Starlight's just too reliable on magic, and she was obviously being oblivious at the beginning with, like, you know, not realizing, like, you know, she used magic on Big Mac, using magic with the cakes and everything. Like, that was a little bit of obliviousness.
Yeah, probably. Magic can't solve everything, but I was thinking that with Trixie, aside from having a friend she can relate to when it comes to making mistakes in the past, it could also be someone she could freely express her magical prowess with. Starlight
could relate to Twilight in terms of magic and, like, you know, practicing magic. I know right now Twilight's sort of like a parent figure or a teacher figure, so it's like it's different. It's not like, you know, students are playing basketball with their teachers, like, you know, just like to give like a little metaphor. So it is like, you know, like having another friend. I mean, like, you know, some teachers are like, you know, very fun and all and peppy. But still, I don't think that really would be who Twilight is. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that'd be who Celestia would be. Twilight would be more of a fun sort of a teacher. But anyway. What was your reaction to Big Mac?
Oh, man.
I liked that accent, though, like that, like very like sophisticated accent. That was good. That was good. I wasn't even laughing, right? Because, like, you know, I was like, I'm actually intrigued and I enjoy this. I wasn't even laughing. I was just like, yep, this is Big Mac.
That was the one time where Starlight probably did deserve that little death glare. I think Applejack did a little too much.
Oh my god, I just thought of something. Okay, do you know Phineas and Ferb at all?
I am aware of this.
Do you know that one episode where, like it ended off where, like, something along the lines of, like, you saw the inside of Ferb's mind, and it was just, like, you know, asking questions about, like, the world?
I do not.
So, something along the lines of that, because, you know, like, Ferb is sort of like Big Mac, and, like, he doesn't talk much. So, like, you know, this when like, it ended off where they went to his mind, and they saw, like, you know, he was asking, like, you know, some very intriguing question about the world, and, like, you just saw, like, you know, many faces of him, just, like, being like, oh, that's a good question, like, oh. So, basically, this is, like, Big Mac, it's like, this is what Big Mac is probably thinking in his head all day.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was probably just him expressing his thoughts verbally.
Well, I mean, he was really complaining, it was just like, wow.
Like a big old scholar in his head.
Okay, I want to know, I'll have a question.
What?
Okay, you know how Trixie did that spell on Pinkie Pie to, like, take off her muzzle, her face, or her mouth?
Yeah.
What if Starlight did that spell on Big Mac first, and then Trixie took off his mouth? Would he explode?
Probably
Oh my god.
not. Make the puns now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I think that's actually a good place to end off. I mean, like, we pretty much got our, our thoughts. I liked the episode. I didn't like Twilight so much, but I do like Starlight's character development. It was very big. I do think that Twilight's character development deteriorated, and that's not good, because a good episode should have no character deterioration.
Well, you do raise some pretty good points, but I'm still really happy with this episode. I love seeing redemptive stories.
I do.
And I'm happy to see Trixie and Starlight develop more.
I do think that Trixie was, quote-unquote, redeemed even more so, and I guess permanently?
And I am really glad they did end with her. Permanently, I hope so.
I do think we should see more of them.
Someone needs to make a PMV of that episode with the song My Past Is Not Today, immediately.
That would make sense. Yeah, you're right, the song does apply. I do think that there should be another episode in this season of Starlight and Trixie just, doing something together. Just, to show that they're still, that they're really forming a bond. But I think no, right? Now we have Starlight and Sunburst and Starlight and Trixie. I mean, I'm not saying an episode with all three of them, but we need a continuation of these two pairs.
I still kind of wonder if Starlight and Sunburst were still hold sweethearts when they were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
Childhood crushes, or full-hood crushes, considering what we're talking about. But yeah, I'm really happy with this episode. I am glad the writer was really smart with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I am super happy to end with Trixie going backwards. And
Yeah.
she did have that one slip up, but that was a big slip up. And it shows that she really does have emotions, that she really does want to be better, and that she really wants people who needs to give her a second chance. And I'm really glad the episode.
Yeah. Oh, and also just very quickly, Starlight was, hammering it in, she kept on saying, slave and enslaving, oh, hey, remember when I enslaved villages and I have the power to, do this and all? I'm like, this is what is it, TVY, whatever it is, this is, rated, for kids and everything, and she keeps saying it's, slaves and then slaves. I'm like,
What it again?
I don't know, for kids, I don't know what the rating are, TVY 3, whatever it is, I forgot what it is. I don't know how they rate it, but, it's just it's odd. Anyway, so I think that's about it. This has been our thoughts on No Second Prances, and we will see you in whatever next discussion we have. Again, if you want to check Summer out, like I've said before, the descriptions to her DA is below, and her artwork is truly amazing. And I'm trying not to say so much to make you scream right now, Summer, so I'll save you the embarrassment, and I will just say check her out. So we will see you in the next video.
Thank you for allowing me to be here, Connie. Now, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and keep fangirling in the corner here.
Summer.
Yes?
Everyone deserves to see your lovely artwork.